them. This is not just an acceptable behavior.
Exactly.
Well, let's move into what we have for you today. Good morning, Nigerians, and you're welcome to FCT Brief. As Nigeria inches closer to the 2027 general elections, the People's Democratic Party has convened its 102nd National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja. The meeting brought together key stakeholders, including governors, lawmakers, and party chieftains, to deliberate on strategies aimed at repositioning the PDP as a formidable force ahead of the polls. Party leaders reviewed the state of the nation, internal party reforms, and the roadmap for strengthening unity within its ranks. The session also focused on reconciling aggrieved members and building consensus on critical issues that could shape the party's chances in 2027.
Details of the PDP's 102nd NEC meeting affirms Ambassador Umar Damagum as a substantive national chairman and zoning of its 2027 presidential ticket to the south. Now is the 102nd NEC meeting of the PDP a determining factor to reclaiming lost ground and position itself as a viable alternative in Nigeria's political landscape. With 2027 drawing closer, the PDP's ability to resolve internal disputes and galvanize nationwide support will be put to the test. In the studio with us today is a politician and public affairs analyst, Mathias Tsado. Thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
That we all witnessed the 102nd NEC meeting of the PDP. And some people say PDP seemed to be the cat with 9 lives. A lot of people thought it would survive to this point. But they had their NEC, and it seemed as if the coast is cool for them. What do you have to say on this?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. I think, for me, PDP have gone through a lot as a political party, from the grandstanding in 2015, those early days that they were going to rule for 60 years uninterrupted, to being taught a very brutal lesson by the APC. To the moment where we are now, where we have a sitting governor or sitting governors moving with the structure of PDP to the ruling party, and then also having leaders or stakeholders, major stakeholders of the party, endorsing the sitting president. I think for the party to be able to survive to this moment and be able to organize themselves, having to see, kudos to the governors who have decided to stick around. Kudos to the leaders and the people that are trying to reorganize the political party back together. I think, to me, it's a great thing. The decision to zone the presidential ticket to the south, these things that I think was, what would I refer to as the bull that scattered the political party in 2023, when the presidential ticket was thrown open and Atiku Abubakar emerged. It became a very big problem. So now what we have all seen is that the party is gradually trying to stabilize, and these efforts should be commended. However, it's important that we put certain things on ground. The political party is not what it used to be, and you must realize that, because you must first of all understand your current status. And when you understand your current status, you then begin to organize yourself, build yourself, plan. You have a goal you have a vision of where you want to be, the goal of where you want to attain. And then you can now begin to put plans in place. I've seen, to an extent, I also see that there is a measure of jamboree around the political party, because they still think that the past glory is still around. That's from their own perspective. But really, a lot of things have left the party. There are a couple of things that are working around for them at the moment. The names of people like former President Goodluck Jonathan being mentioned. I saw the crowd of people that came around yesterday clamoring for bring back Goodluck Jonathan, bring back good luck, take away this bad luck. It's a lot of things that PDP has now. Is the work done? No. Do they have the capacity to be able to put themselves together and achieve achieve certain feats in 2027? Yes, if the right work is put in place.
Well, it's a good one to see that PDP is taking steps to put its house in order. But let's unpack this matters arising one after the other. If the party insists that, peace is restored, how durable is this truce for the party, given that it's already depleted and with people like Atiku Abubakar, who has already left the party? What does this say for the future of that party?
Well, you see, in politics, it's something that I've noticed, and I've realized that in the political environment, there is always an ongoing conversation. Who would have thought that a day will come when, after all that happened between His Excellency, the former governor of Kaduna State, with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, that they will work together. But today they are working together. In politics, they said there is no permanent friends, there's no permanent enemy, only permanent interest. So I believe that all the task before this political party, that's the PDP now, PDP should be able to sit down and look for a way to engage in a very holistic reconciliation. And this reconciliation, the truths that they are probably saying that we have been able to achieve certain kind of stability, there is still a weaker factor. We don't know what is weakest position in all of these at the moment. We don't know. There is what we call it by a monthly broadcast that he does, which will be a response to this particular event that took place. So it's possible that by next week, we're going to see somebody who is going to come up and then with all kinds of... Wiki is like the bull in the China shop for the PDP. So until PDP is able to address all of these things, we can't say that it's a done deal. As for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and several other people that have left the political party, I think it's a task before those who want to be leaders in this party and those who want to be leaders in this country. I sat down with a young man yesterday who was giving me stories, or telling me stories about what happened, the behind the scene of the events that took place in the Labour Party, how His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State, was not able, in his own understanding, able to manage the Labour Party. The same thing, I think, the people that want to be leader, particularly for somebody like former president that his name is everywhere now. I think for me, what I would have loved to see is that let him become the unifier that will bring everybody together to say, okay, this is the reason why you left, this is the reason why you were aggrieved, but how do we address all of this? And when I say address all of them, it means it has to be holistic and it has to be with sincere heart. So when it is done with that kind of approach, you discover that even those that have left, what are they looking for? The people that have left the political party, what's the reason? Why did they leave? Let us understand what the problems are. A lot of people said, in fact, I think the former governor of Jigawa State said he will never attend any meeting of PDP except Wike is suspended or expelled from the political party. So there are certain things certain conditions that are on the table that have to be put on the table, analyzed, and then be able to draw a conclusion for those things, so that we're able to have a closure for all that has happened, and then the party can now then begin to take baby steps once, and they can't start doing the foundation from the roof. We have to get back to the basics, and there are certain things that in my opinion, that the PDP did not get right from the start, from the get-go. The party was built on certain kind of values, certain kind of principles that I think, for me, is not sustainable. You have a situation where for every political meeting, somebody have to come with money to share, or there has to be, the motivation around the political party was generally built around what they will gain immediately. Right. And so for that reason, the members of the political party were not like driven by a vision or by idea or by some kind of commitment into the political party.
I'm very sorry that I have to come in here, but we'll have to take a quick commercial break. There's still a lot to discuss, but that will be after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We still have more for you on the program. Stay with us.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate. In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Chef!
Mr. Chef, what's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, goat meat, roasted beef, fried rice, miyan kuka.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
Thank you for sticking with FCT Brief. We'll continue our conversation on the 102nd NEC meeting of the PDP, and with us, helping us to dissect this matter, is Mathias Tsado.
Now, Mr. Tsado, let's look at, from the outcome of this NEC meeting, Mr. Wike's spokesman was quoted to have said that zoning the presidency to the south is coming too late. Adolfo Swabara said it's more than just rhetorics to win the 2027 election. Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, said some governors that are being touted of defecting will not lead, that they can assure people. But looking at what is at stake, they have a convention in November to have a new NWC. There's a 2027 election, and some people are saying that which one should this party really position itself for to make it rock solid?
I think the first thing is they said it's always better late than never. Governor Wike has been clamoring for. In fact, he was on a TV program where he said that they must zone this presidency to the south. So Why would they say it's too late? And was it, what exactly is this? Anyway, like I said earlier on, we are probably going to get a response from Governor Wike by next week, perhaps. The party in itself, at the moment, has a task. And the task is not just for the political party, but there is a call by many Nigerians that, look, what we have seen with the APC is not what we bargained for. We have seen calls from people from different parts of the country who are saying, no, when we were in the PDP era, it's far, far better than what we are witnessing today. And so the party is burdened by that responsibility of being able to provide for Nigerians an alternative. What the party failed in carrying out the responsibility of opposition, particularly at the National Assembly level, there was not such a force of opposition. They were not able to pull themselves together to serve as opposition. But now the task is very clear. What do we do as a political party in the build-up to 2027? All of these that are happening, the campaigns for 2027 has already started. If you go around, you'll see you'll see billboards across the country, across Abuja, at least where I live in. You see billboards of the current president everywhere. The PDP is racing against time. They need to, first of all, get it right in the elective convention that is coming. And then they need also get it right in terms of picking the right kind of presidential candidate for 2027. And I think that is why all fingers are pointing towards the South. The idea of zoning it to the South is that the South needs to complete the 8 years. And some people are saying, sorry, I keep mentioning President Goodluck Jonathan's name because his name keeps featuring in most of the analysis that I have even tried to juggle around in my own brain, that the only person that has 4-year time that can compete with President Ashwaju is President Goodluck Jonathan. And if that is what PDP is looking at doing, I think it's a smart move.
Well, if you say that is a smart move, some people might argue with you because they will say this is a man who left the PDP in 2015. Is he really a credible option as it stands at the moment?
The task before PDP is left for PDP, and the work that they need to do is cut out for themselves. What would be their best? And this is not me suggesting to them that their candidate is so person, but this is me suggesting that based on my analysis, this is the smartest thing to do. You have zoned the tickets to the South. It's wise if you consider President Goodluck Jonathan, you put in a lot of work. Elections are not guaranteed that you are going to win. Elections are a competition that you participate. When you participate, you're able to do the necessary things that you need to do. You get victory. When President Donald Trump was coming back to run for election, a lot of people wrote him up and said, no, you cannot win. He won the election. The same thing can happen in Nigeria. The same thing happened in Ghana.
But the difference is that it was Trump that championed it. It was not the Republican championing it. No, so you don't have a Jonathan championing anything.
Well, the issue is neither here or there. At the end of the day, what happens is that if the PDP are able to identify him as their best alternative or their best candidate, if they see me as their best candidate and they approach me to come and run for president, I will run for president. I will put all the necessary arsenal resources on ground to ensure that we win the election, or at least that we're able to give the current government a run for their money.
All right. Now that the ticket has been zoned to the South, this is sort of counted as a win for the Wike camp because this is what he has been clamoring for, like you mentioned earlier. But there seems to be another perceived crisis brewing about the venue where this convention would take place. Do you agree that this may also stir up some kind of controversy again within the PDP?
That would be too petty for anybody to come around at this point to now say or the venue that they want to hold the convention is not the right place for the convention to hold. The most, except for sure, except if the party is truly, honestly not serious. If the political party wants to be taken seriously, and I think on the communique that they released yesterday, there was emphasis at several paragraphs of that communique. They kept emphasizing that the elective convention is going to hold in Ibadan, the Oyo state capital. So this is a statement that I believe that if His Excellency, the Minister of FCT, comes out and starts bringing fire on top of this little issue, then everybody in this country would then know that, no, Mr. Minister, you are being unnecessarily irritating.
No, can we look at also the tax before Damagun has just been made a substantive national chairman of the party? He was the acting national chairman when people were leaving the camp of the PDP. Now, do you think he has capacity to do things differently now that he is the substantive chairman?
Well, I don't know, honestly. I've not worked closely with the man. I've seen him from afar. What I have seen so far hasn't so much inspired me. Leadership, in my own opinion, is about your ability to inspire the people. Now, his leadership has brought a lot of pain to the PDP. However, I'm not concluding anything, and I don't know what he will do. I don't know what his strategy will be. If he's able to organize himself, pull a team of strategists together to see how do we achieve, if they're able to define a vision or define a goal, and then he's able to pull a team together to help him achieve that goal, perhaps one can say. But from what I've seen from his days of being acting to now, his body language, his expressions, I don't think I've been particularly impressed by what he has done so far. Going forward, starting from yesterday to today, I don't know, maybe he is going to begin to show some kind of capacity in terms of being able to rally people, in terms of being able to reach out to people, maybe go to their houses, have meetings with them, discuss with them, and then make them an offer and get them back on the party. If he's able to do that, perhaps, but sincerely speaking, that he would be able to do that from what I've seen so far, I can't tell. I can't conclude on that.
Well, the ADC has shown to be a fast-rising, formidable opposition force, although this has not been tested nationally yet. But do you think this new camp within the PDP would place the PDP ahead of the ADC as it stands now, gives the party a fighting chance?
I see both PDP and ADC as one party. And I think, for me, the leadership of both parties to look for a way to work together. There's no need whatsoever for PDP and ADC to go into 2027 election as separate political entities. I don't think that would be a wise strategy. And like I said before, you see, the thing about winning an election is you should do whatever it takes for you to win. President Asuaju did whatever it took him in 2023 to win the election, to get the party ticket. So these people who we have today, ADC, PDP, I believe that they are still the same political family. David Mark, how many years did Senator Mark, how many years did he spend in PDP? We have a number of them. So I think at this point, those that are leaders of these political parties to sit down together, understand that, first of all, it is the most important thing is winning this election. And if that is the most important thing to them, then they must look for a way to work together. It should not be PDP. In fact, I've seen certain kind of online banters that have PDP versus ADC, and I just keep wondering, these members of ADC were a few days part of PDP. So what exactly has changed that PDP members are attacking members of the ADC? I feel for people that want to win, they should look for a way to reunite everybody that is part of that. Now, ADC was a political entity before the group that went to merge with them did, but they can bring all of them together and merge into one political party. Whether they adopt PDP as a political party or adopt ADC as a political party, that will be left to the strategists to decide how best to approach it. But for them to go as individual political parties or fighting themselves, it will just give Asuaji a free ride to. In fact, if I am Asuaji, if that happens, sincerely speaking, I will conduct that, or I will participate in that election from France.
Well, interesting. It's a fine place to leave our conversation this morning. We'll definitely keep our eye on developments that arise from PDP going forward. But we must say thank you so much for your contributions on the program today.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being a part of our conversation this morning. I will now hand you over to Lagos, where Ria and the rest of the team are standing by to continue with the rest of the show.
All right. Thank you so much, Abuja. Nagode. Thank you.